Today, it is the 7th, I believe, right? The 7th? Yep, it's the 7th. Today will be the last day of Watches and Wonders, the Geneva. And yesterday was the last day for Minutes and Hours, which I'm going to talk a little bit about that. And I'm going to ask you guys something. Seeing that it is early in the morning, I know some people are on their way to work. I know that some will see this on the replay. I am working on a video that will come out later on today. But um, if there's something that you guys would like to see in the videos, upcoming videos, because I'm going to talk about the plans that I have upcoming watches. We're going to talk about all that in this morning. Why? And I didn't hit do not disturb. I can't stand you. And you know I'm live, bro. Wow. Oh my gosh. All right. I got you, bro. I got you, bro. It's on and popping. Good morning, top of the morning to everybody, man. Good evening for those that are in a different time zone. Okay, so you started a war. You know that, bro. I see you in the chat, bro. You just started a war. Good morning. Come on. What's going on, bro? Hey, come on. We were talking about you this weekend. We talking about you this weekend, which I'm going to tell you some of the plans that I have, man. And it's funny that I got Timepiece Tony in the building because um, it's been a long time coming. Haven't done this since the cruise that we went on last year with the Invicta collectors, but I am cooking. I am working on upcoming battle. And yeah. And you know what I was thinking? I was like, well, what I want to do is have, because we were having so many Invicta battles and stuff like that, I want to have brand versus brand. You know, we're going to open this thing up. We're still going to have judges. And if I'm able to do a, local where we can do it where everybody can see, be there in the presence of each other, I'll do that. But online, we're going to do brand versus brand. And this is sort of a mashup, like independent / micro brand versus big brand. And it's really going to be up to the judges. And this is where, I'm going to tell you this. Whoever participates in this, you better come with it. You better come with it because we're not looking at, the judges are going to be looking at everything, like your delivery, your storytelling. Like storytelling is big, right? Your trash talk, like all of that stuff will be rated, everything, and we're going to respect each other, of course, like you're not going to be talking over somebody while they're trying to, do their thing. Facial gestures and expressions are definitely welcome, but respect above all. But yeah, the battles, they haven't gone anywhere. We just been on a pause for a minute. But battles is coming back. That's what we're talking about you, come on. Seeing that, you obviously like the greatest of all times. He's the GOAT. Nobody has defeated him. Nobody has, beat him. Him and Dave D had a great battle. That could have went either way. But yeah. Breakfast, coffee. I'm having that right now. Got fruit. Amazing stuff. Good morning, everybody. Now, what I want to talk about really is watch collecting as a whole. I have a couple watches in my cases sitting on the side of me. And I want to tell you guys something. I was talking about Seiko last night. And after going to this show, after watching the countless amount of videos that I do on YouTube, which you guys that cover the coverage of Watches and Wonders have been very extensive. And I made joke about the watches that were talked about, and I said, well, you had all the brands that were at the Watches and Wonders. You heard about Rolex, Tudor, Rolex, Tudor, IWC, Tudor, Rolex, why Rolex, failure Tudor. It was crazy. It was crazy. I think there has to be. I don't know. I'm gonna go back and research and see how many more videos. I think there are more Tudor videos or more Tudor coverage than any other brand. Now I know some said it was an epic failure. Nobody asked for the larger size. It's funny just watching the back and forth of these beloved brands and stuff like that. But I'll tell you what I enjoyed most, man. Minutes and hours, right? I've been going, and I'm working on that video right now. And I just want to give a shout out to the people that that actually joined the channel this past weekend. I ran into a guy named Quest, man. Had a great conversation with him. There were a few people that I ran into that watched the show, and I thank you guys for watching it, man. It's funny just running into people that are like, hey, man, I know who you are, man. You know, that, I don't know, that's just an amazement, man. I'm humbled by it. But I enjoy that stuff. I really do. I really enjoy having a conversation with people that have watched the show, and we get to talk watches. And you darn right, Jay Jones, I'm always eating, bro. Hold up, matter of fact, since you said something, Jay Jones, this bite's for you. Man, good stuff, boy. And as always, I have to have water. As much as I like coffee, I always gotta have water with it, man. I blame my dad. My dad got me on coffee early. I had to be about like 8 or 9 years old. My dad was giving me coffee. Godfather, Drippy McFarland, if you. Man, bro, all right. That's the dumbest comment you could put in the chat. We're here talking watches. We're talking sensible and all that other stuff that y'all got to say, man. You trolls trolling this morning. You should be thankful for breath, life, and everything else that God gave you. The fact that you have a phone or a tablet or whatever it is that you have, man, you should be thanking God instead of, that wasn't even an insult. That was just a waste of time. Even if you're young, get up and say your prayers and give God thanks for this morning, or whoever you pray to, instead of with the silly comments, man. That's ridiculous. I buy a new watch. You bought a new watch? How many cups of coffee a day? Only do like in the morning, bro. Here's the crazy thing is when I come here, I probably have. The question is how many a week, and I would say I probably have in 7-day period. I only have like 4 cups of coffee, bro. I don't have a lot. I don't drink a lot of coffee like that. It's not every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, so this would be my max for the day. I probably won't drink none tomorrow, then maybe Wednesday. Good morning, Vincent. TJ's Destination, man. What's going on, man? Salute to everybody that's in the chat. So let's jump into it, man. Wrist check. I am wearing a Nomadic. One of the upcoming, man. I'm gonna tell you something. This company's out of Belfast, right? I talked to the Peter. I talked to the owner, man, and I was just expressing, you know, how big that is. It's phenomenal that this watch brand out of Belfast, it does have a look of, I mean, it's a dive watch, and it takes a page out of like the early Rolex, the early 1950-ish style. Some even say that this resembles a Tudor, but when I looked at it, I said, wait, this kind of resembles like the first Rolex, which, I mean, that, you know, Rolex is one of the most copied designs, if not the most copied design in the world. And they did a great job on this watch, man. It's comfortable, is just right. And I chose a no date. But I was talking to him this weekend, man, and I watched how many people. Now, you guys, if you caught the live, if you did not catch my live, I do have a live up right now of coverage on Minutes and Hours in Chicago this past weekend, Saturday. And I did my best on catching everything. I tried to keep, you know what I'm saying, take my time on it. And I'll tell you this, it's hard because the excitement, it's like, you see all these different brands, you get to hear the stories. The most impressive was it Moel, M-O-E-L and Company. This young lady, She she was 19 with the vision, 22 getting her own company started, and for the past 3 years, she's been doing it, selling out and stuff like that. And that watch, it's a great looking watch. The design is amazing. So, and you could tell that that's her thing, you know. And I just listened to her talk about her research into watches. She didn't know much. She knows she wanted to design one. She did research and she knocked out something so great. And the inspiration behind that is seeing that this young lady, so how young she is and how phenomenal the watch came out. I said, man, I was impressed with it. And that was one of the things about, you know, minutes and hours. I thought that was amazing. And in comparison, and I am doing a comparison, because in this video that I'm working on that should come out tonight, if not tonight, tomorrow morning, I just want to capture the actual essence of it, you know, and the importance of having, like, going to one of these events. And I'll tell you this, spoiler alert, I think Minutes and Hours, this year's Minutes and Hours was the best. Like, I went to it when it was Microlux. Absolutely the best show I've been to. Like, the only thing I can add to that is having, you know, like a conference where people, well, they actually had that morning, Oak and Oscar had a breakfast and they explained their stuff. And you'll see this in the video that I'm putting out, but that's the only thing I can think of is having a segment for, you know, some of the watch makers to sit down and talk about the watches and stuff like that. But I don't know, man. I don't know how that would work out if they can. Well, Watches and Wonders, not Watches and Wonders, but gosh, Wind Up, they do it. They'll take a break or they'll have something in the back and they'll do a segment. I think that'd be dope. But I do want to say this: if Rich Park, if you catch this video, which I'm gonna tag you in it, man, bro, you did a phenomenal job. Absolutely phenomenal getting these brands together, and the location. Last year's location, the year before that, great. I saw how they evolved, and man, it was outrageous. That was outrageous. I loved it. I loved every minute of it, man. They even had water points, man, which is important in there because it gets hot in that thing, man. Let me get into the chat real quick. Everybody saying good morning. Good morning. I'm on a day, every day, but I know people 5 or 6. Ooh, yeah, I know people that drink coffee like that, man. I can't do it. I can't do it. But according to you, which is the most cheapest tourbillon watch? Definitely a Chinese tourbillon. And I actually have a few Chinese-made tourbillons, and they solid. They solid, man. Shoot, $800 for tourbillon. And the tourbillon, the best thing about a tourbillon, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, take this for what it's worth, is just looking at the design, man. It's like you look at how they put it together, what the dial looks like, and see what was mine. Both of them are Invicta. I got 3 tourbillons through Invicta. Great looking watches, man. Great looking. But yeah, I rock with a Chinese tourbillon. You know, because I just don't feel that unless you really want to get off into watchmaking and stuff like that, that will be mostly the reason why you would get into it. It's like looking at the design, the finishing, everything. But it's a beautiful movement to look. Like that complication is just, I don't know, it's mesmerizing. It's satisfying, just like, dang, man, that's crazy. You know, so it's not an everyday wearing piece for me, but yeah, I think, yeah, Chinese tourbillons, you can't beat it. For the price, yeah. Not unless you want to just cough up a couple, $15,000 to $20,000. What was that? Who was that tourbillon? Tag has a tourbillon, I think it's like $23,000. If you want to do that, go get the Tag. Yeah. But jumping back into it, because I know I'm jumping all over the place, man. Rich Park, Minutes and Hours. As you guys will see tonight's video or tomorrow morning, I got to see WGN, man. WGN was filming while we were there, and they released a couple clips online. Hit the news. who was that? Ferris Swift got a chance to do their thing. They interviewed a lot of people. Haim watches, which is in Chicago, and I don't know, man. It was just an exciting time, man. And I rate minutes and hours like up here. And I know people love Watches and Wonders, man, but man, this was it because you got a chance to like touch everything. There was nothing held back, and I actually so Rich allowed me to come in and film before the crowds. That is, bro, that was like the highlight for me because I got a chance to go and look at Christopher Ward. And let me ask you guys this. I'm gonna ask you a serious question. And please, if you catch this on replay at 15 minutes, right now, we already know that Rolex, Tudor, Omega, Chopard, well, no, I don't hear about Chopard that much, but Breguet, we all know these watches are like iconic, right? What would you consider, be it micro brand or independent, what watches do you see that are the most iconic right now, or that has the potential of becoming iconic? And I asked this question last year, but when I was in there, it was like 60 brands in this thing, right? And was that Adam interviewed me Saturday, and they asked that question. Man, it was a tough one. Like, what was the best watch, right? Like, and I'm like, I like Bernhardt. Bernhardt is a company that's been doing their thing for 20 years, right? Since 2005. And they got some stuff on there. There's this, they have a diver that has a what is it? It's like a GMT function. It has like a world timer on it. It's a world timer, and it's pretty much 2 crowns and got the rotating bezel and stuff like that. And I want that watch. That one right there has my attention. Most definitely has my attention. But then you had other watches there, man. Even though I have a Nomadic, I would love to get another one or 2 or 3. Like, I think their lineup is just amazing, man. I don't know, man. It's kind of hard, man. If like really sitting back and thinking about what watch company there had the most impressive, or I don't know. All of them were great. You know, Maurice Lacroix, which is a big name already. People know that brand. Still doesn't take away from they have some beautiful timepieces. Was that 5280 watch company? God dog. Now that watch was $3,400, right? $3,500. But after talking to, his name is Rich as well, and seeing that it takes 30 hours to complete one dial, and if they make multiple watches, the dial will never be the same, based on what he had to do. He just explained, man, dude. And that got me thinking, would I spend that kind of bread? Because I thought you guys know that I love Panerai. And there was a pre-owned Panerai for $3,400 on Joma Shop that I could have got, right? But I didn't. And this watch is actually shaped like a Panerai. It's in that design cube. It has the cushion style case. And just to have that uniqueness, man, and the way that, I am really considering, like, dude, I don't want to spend, this year, 2025, I personally do not want to spend over $1,000. I don't. It's like a crusade thing. Oh, yeah. Gladiator, Abalone dial, iridescent. Oh, that's what you wearing today? That's what he said. It's like glad. What's up, Ben 10? What's up? Welcome in. So yeah. And you know, I was discussing this, and I had mentioned earlier. So if you're still with me when I mentioned the whole Seiko thing, I was falling out of love with Seiko, and you guys know I have it. I have Seiko, and this may offend the Seiko fans, but I reached a point in my watch collecting journey where Seiko has really fell flat with me, because you know there's a lot of watches that house the NH35 that's more impressive than Seiko. I mean, dude, I'm gonna tell you this. What's even crazier is I saw Invicta even made a few watches with the NH35 and they put a module on top of it, so it gave it a completely different look, different complications, and I was like, wow. So how is it that Seiko is selling the NH35 to companies, and these watches, you can get these watches for a fraction of the cost of Seiko? And I remember 2 years ago, somebody had put in the chat, well, why would you go to these brands, just buy Seiko instead of buying these knockoffs? Well, guess what? You didn't need to knock that off, because these companies, the Addies Dives, all of these affordable watch brands are making some phenomenal watches with the NH35. So like Seiko has really, I can't and I won't collect another Seiko. If it's given to me as a gift, that's one thing. But I won't put my money into Seiko anymore. There are too many different brands, man. I'm gonna tell you something. And I got one right here that is housing NH35 in it from Aragon. This watch is amazing. But then when we're talking value and talking just extreme watchmaking, and I'm calling it extreme because it captures, not, you guys seen the Zellos that I have, that black tip. This thing captures something, you know, it's a fan favorite. It's like Zellos is a fan favorite, but when you really look at the watch, man, the overall essence of this watch, man, is beautiful. You know, like the feel of it, man. And just appreciation as a watch collector. Yeah, it just touches base. Yo, what's going on, DK? Welcome in, man. What's good with you? Why are you doing this live so early? Bro, I want to get up and have coffee. I haven't done an early live in a minute. Plus, I wanted to give you guys a heads up tonight. I'm gonna do my best to get the video out today, this evening, because tomorrow I'll be out in Lafayette. I'll be over there at Jake's place, Trifecta, and we're gonna talk watches, man, and like just have a discussion and stuff, and you know, we're gonna keep it moving, man. I want to just give you guys updates on when I'm going live. This weekend really changed a lot for me. With Oscar's laughing at me. This weekend changed a lot for me as far as like watch collecting, what I want, and the direction I'm gonna go in. And I watched all of the coverage on Watches and Wonders. I saw everything that people were hype about, and I can tell you, for this early live in your coffee, hey, thank you, Oscar, man. I appreciate you, man. The super chat, man. Hold up, you get a. Oh, now I want to say this. There were a number of people, you know who you are, that was at Minutes and Hours, that came up to me and just like gave me so much love. Like, man, sorry, like we're sorry to hear what happened to your son, right? And you know, that was one of the things where people follow along with this, everything that I'm doing, and they took time just to come over there and give condolences, man. I was like, yo, that's crazy. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. I appreciate it, man. Oscar, thank you for that. Honestly, I can't say much more than that, man. Like, my heart goes out to you guys, man. You got it. You got like my undivided attention with this, man. And I'm gonna do the best I can with, you know, doing these coverages, doing the lives and stuff. And I was asked this weekend, you know, what inspires me to continue to do these, what inspires me to go live and stuff like that. And I'll say there's a number of things. You have your traditional watch reviewers on here, and I give them credit and kudos and stuff like that. I salute them. However, I'm not that channel. That's not me. I will review a watch, you know, if I think it's worth it. Like, for example, me talking about Seiko, right? For the things that you get out of it, we're talking the history. And if you want the history of Seiko, I would say go find you a vintage Seiko. You know, today's Seiko is just a pretty watch with the movement that is overpriced, right? So there's that. There's your rating. So there's some other options, you know, especially like when you get into watches like this, Longines. You want to talk about historical value, you can't. The history of this. It's great history, and you can find watches out of Longines catalog. Depending on where you go, and who's your AD, You can get them cheaper than some Seikos with the 6R movement in it. So, yeah, that's your rating, your review of that brand. But yeah, man, I just wanted to just thank everybody that made this past weekend phenomenal. Now, I'll tell you this. I don't know if you guys ever had this magazine or even know about this magazine, but look, let's go through some stuff right here. This right here, I've never heard of this watch brand. I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna read it. But I was impressed. So when you walked in Minutes and Hours, this is the book they had sitting out there. And then they have this story talking about the lathe. And I go back to the 5280 company. I don't know what watch. I just looked over this briefly before I went live. I don't know what watch company this is, but they're doing a gill shade, and I'm pretty sure whatever watch they're working on is expensive. So look at this. I've never heard of this watch company. I've never heard of it. Making and baking with Trap. Oh, look at this one. Check that one out. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like, it's a whole story behind this, man. And I'm gonna dive. Oh, I didn't even look forward. I just looked briefly into this, man. This is what they hand you at Minutes and Hours. And this one right here gives you a, man, look at this, man. This is crazy. I'm sitting there like jonesing over this book. I know some of you guys in the chat, I'm sure you probably heard of some of these brands. That says 1737. Wow. This is extreme. Oh, they even got Carl Bucher in here. So I'm definitely gonna read this story. I want to know what, because what is this? What is the edition? Chapter 6. Oh, this is an older book too. This is an older book. International Global Edition. So yeah, man, these are just one of the things. It says watches as an investment. Oh, I'm definitely gonna read that. Definitely gonna read that. But yeah, man, this is amazing, man. I had a chance to have a discussion about the tariffs, right? And I don't talk about this in this episode, like the episode that I got coming out, but I will say it here. There are some watchmakers that are absolutely concerned about what's going on because the cost. Your boy in here. Check that out. Whole story. I'm gonna read that. Now, because it said this is an older book or what have you, some people probably already had this. It's new to me, so watches as an investment is for rich people. Gold for investment. Yes. Yeah. Oh, Hamilton was there this weekend. And Cincinnati Watch Company was there. I got to show my watches off a little bit while I was at the event. That's my Hamilton right there. And I got an invitation. And Hamilton, yes, I'm going to take you up on that. I am going to go check out their showroom, and I will film that. Of course, I'm going to. Man, y'all know I love Hamilton. That's one of my favorite brands, man. Trap, where the young ladies. Yes, in comparison to what's on the market, yes, original, like the original design. She actually, and this is crazy thing, and I don't know how they pick. I imagine that it's random how they pick who goes where. But I can tell you this. Once I stopped rolling, once I stopped going live, I immediately went and I just got a couple of shots. And so just to show you guys, like your behind the scenes look, and then what it switches over to when everybody's there, because there's booths I couldn't get to when the crowds. That's just normal for a watch fair. But she had a great amount of people around her booth interested, and she had people that know about the brand. And even with Thelonious Monk was in the chat when I was live, and that he was asking about it. But yeah, her brand that people were interested in. I'm trying to think. Oak and Oscar had a great amount of people around them. Ite Noi had a decent, I mean, yeah, I ain't gonna say decent. He had a great amount of people, and I thought it was spill off of because Ite Noi was right next to Christopher Ward, but you could see the people that was for Christopher Ward. Nice crowd, but it was. I love the outlay, the overlay of the thing. It was like it was spacious. It was big enough for anybody, even if you were handicapped. It was enough space for you to get through. So, and I'm trying to just think like just going back over what I mean. I think everybody equally had a decent amount. Kokomo Watch Company had it going on, man, because they had multiple brands too. They had multiple brands. They had micro brands. They had their estate stuff, and like people were just like they had, of course, Casio G-Shock. So people was on top of that, you know. So yeah, overall, man, it was a man. I don't know, man. Trafford had a great deal of people, and then North Star. That was new to me. So if you guys missed it, North Star is a new company, man. And he, when he told us the story, which I'm gonna reach out to them because I want to have them on the show. Him and his wife are amazing. He said he had a dream, and I thought about Martin Luther King. I said, if Martin Luther King was a watch collector, this is like the story, right? That's the first thing I thought about, but I didn't say it yesterday. But I'm telling you, I thought it. So you had to be studying. Buy silver. You know what? I have some silver. A friend of mine went, I don't know where he went, but he got me some, a bunch of silver coins. A bunch of them. I've been sitting on those for a couple years. You saw my live, yeah. Yeah, vintage Hamilton is nice. There were somebody, it was a collector there that had a vintage Patek on. That sucker was beautiful. Good grief. At the time, I had my phone in my pocket. I wasn't filming anything. I was like, once I was done filming y'all yesterday, I just wanted to enjoy the show. And I talked to so many people. There's a lot of collectors, a lot of lady collectors. There's a lot of lady collectors. Savvy. I mean, I was just listening to this one lady. She knew her stuff, man. She was just asking all these questions. She was talking about the movements, and she was just talking about the history of different brands. I was impressed. Like, wow, that is just like, I don't know, man. I just sat back and watched and listened. And I sat by, like, they had like a red bar section. I sat by the red bar section and just looked out and just listened to everything. I wasn't moving. I didn't do anything. I didn't talk. I just sat and listened, right? So, again, I think I know Rich did an amazing show. This is the best show he's had yet, in my humble opinion. And in comparison, seeing that I've been to multiple shows from Wind Up, and I'll even include the Invicta shows that I've been to. It wouldn't be fair to include a cruise because there's entertainment and all other things going on, but like the standalone Invicta shows that I've been to, like collectors have done, in comparison, I've liked a lot of those, but this one was a whole different level. Like, so if I'm comparing it to Wind Up does a great, they have a lot of great vendors there, and I can't say, like, if I was to critique, what would be something I'd like to see. Again, like the interview section, have him sitting down with, like random places, like the young lady that started her brand, sitting down and she's telling the story there, or But to counter that, CMEA had the opportunity for you to actually make your own watch, build it. They teach you. They have people that will teach you how to build a watch. The cost of that was $2,600, and what you got was one of their brands. And if you know about their brand, CMEA it's a phenomenal brand, and it's an old brand, proven, and they are like the epitome of watchmaking. So, and then on top of that, not only you get their brand of watch, it's yours. It's personalized. Nobody else on the planet has that particular one because you built it. That's a great experience. That's something that, I would love to see people come to. And I would say if you are, which we'll see how this tariff situation goes. And I just hope it works out. I don't know. Because, like I was saying, one of the things that was said was how much damage is going to cost, and we saw what Mark said. Mark did the whole video on it. He don't want to transfer that cost over to us, but he can't eat that, and it's not his fault. It's not any of their faults. I just think that this one is going to do one or two things. It's either going to cause people to stop buying watches for now until it cool off, or they will, dive into your AliExpress stuff. Like, hey, I'll spend $200 on a watch. I'll spend $150. I'll spend $90 on a watch because, it's just like for some of us, or I'll say a lot of us, like it's something about the newness, getting something new, something about putting something different on your wrist and enjoying. And I think, even with buying budget watches, I think it's a trip to see if you spend $89 on a watch, right? And it's automatic, it has these different features in comparison to a watch that costs $2,000 or $3,000. Like, how close to this expensive watch does this thing get? And it's like, you feel like, I could be wrong, but that's how I feel at least. So I can't be wrong. I'm like, wow, I paid $89 for this watch, and I compare it to this other watch that I have that I spent $1,000 on. I'm like, man, it checks a lot of boxes. Yeah, I mean, I see some imperfections and maybe the bracelet don't fit right. But here's the deal. The watch head itself, so let me jump into the chat real quick. Trap, okay, since you're eating breakfast, I'm going to make mine. I'm just jealous. Yeah, gold has risen because of stock markets fall. Silver is more affordable, but lower gains over the years. My gold portfolio doubled in 2019. You could buy just 1 ounce of gold or bullion. There you go. Thelonious Monk. Welcome in, sir. Waking and baking, or no. So what time is it? Yeah, I'm gonna end here in a bit because I gotta go and edit this video, finish editing. I started this morning at 6:10, working on the video, and I want to get this out to you guys. And I would like, when you guys see the video, give me some feedback. What would you guys like to see in the future? And I do have my picks for this year. After having this conversation with a number of collectors during this weekend, they went through my collection. Some of these guys and gals went through my collection, and I actually wore 2 watches to the event. This is one of the watches I actually wore. This is my combo. I wore these 2 coming into minutes and hours, and I kept this one on, but I switched it. Like, I switched out a couple times at the event. I switched it to this, and then actually had my glycine, which powered down this morning, which is weird. I'm gonna take that over to Coco. I'm like, hey man, I think it's magnetized. I'll see. I'll find out. And if it is that's one of my babies, man. Like, yeah. But overall, y'all, I had an excitement this weekend like none other. I always get excited when I come around watches, and the people make this so fun to do, man. It's so, like, because we get to talk, we get to do this stuff. Seiko Alpinist or Tissot I'm going PRX all day, every day, all day, every day. And though, like I don't know, Green, if you missed it, I fell out of love with Seiko, but I will give the Alpinist its flowers. The Alpinist is one of like boom, got a great power reserve. It's a good look. Um, I would say the Alpinist, the cocktail timers, and even that dive watch. I ain't gonna say probably. Those are my most favorite Seikos, but in comparison, I'm going PRX all day, every day. Oh, did y'all see Rado? Oh man. When I think of a watch and think of prices and say, hey, they're asking $3,000 for this watch. What's my options? You can either get a pre-owned or you can get something new. I'm going Rado. Man, just for that ceramic, Rado just has this look, man. God dog it, man. That skeletonized thing. And I'm not even a skeletonized fan like that. I'm not. But that watch, man, like the ones oh my gosh, bro. If you caught my live, you saw it, man. It's freaking amazing. But then that Captain Cook, man, they got the new deal where you can build your Captain Cook the way you want. They sell you the watch head and then you just put together your watch and man, it's a unique look to you. Oh wow. Rado, amazing showing this past weekend. Amazing. But again, I'm still impressed. Nomadic had a great showing. Christopher Ward had a great showing. Which, if I'm going to say iconic brands, independents, the name of the name itself is iconic. Christopher Ward as a whole is an iconic. Now, as far as the watches, I think I'll have to give it to the Bel Canto. The Bel Canto is now that's not a watch that I would buy or get for myself because it's beautiful to look at. But that's really not my style. But like looking at it, oh man, when you just sit and look at it, that right there, I think in the history books, that's going to be one of the most iconic watches that any independent has ever put out. And yeah, I stand on that. Yeah, you guys put in the chat what you think, or if you catch this on replay, what you think is the most iconic independent or micro brand that's out right now, or to have the potential of becoming. Because man, and I would have to actually sit and think about what. And like some of these other brands, what I think they are. I think Visitor, man. Visitor is iconic, man. And I know they're working on something right now. I can't wait to see the finished product. I actually got a chance to see some sneak peek stuff. But yeah, I think they're going to be iconic. Oak and Oscar, and I can't, bro. Oak and Oscar had a private showing, and there was a point where you couldn't use the like you had to put your camera down. Yeah, that one I can't. Yeah, I think they're going to be an iconic brand too. Oak and Oscar stuff is dope. Anyway, Seiko dials are hard to beat, in my opinion. That's what you really paying for these days with Seiko. Loses 1 second a day. So yeah. Yeah, I think Thelonious, man. I just don't want to pay for that. I don't want to pay for that with Seiko anymore because there's so many other interesting brands out there, man. There's so many other, and I'm gonna say this for all the brands you guys have seen and you're interested in. You see like the new movements. We were talking about Glycine last night. Glycine offers a Solita 300 and a 330 for under $700. If you get it now, you have to go through Joma Shop, or Joma Shop barely has that. You have to go. Oh, excuse me. What is it? I can't think of it. It's just like Joma Shop, but yeah, you on the high end, it's like $900. Where some companies are charging you $1,500 to $2,000 for a Solita 330. But that Solita 330, man, I'm telling you, it is Such a smooth movement to wind. Oh my gosh, beautiful. Ashford, yep, thank you, Quest. Ashford, Quest is in the building. What's going on, man? Confused, wish to buy under $700 in green. I'm gonna tell you this, green. The deeper the rabbit hole, the more problems you got. I'm just telling you. I'm just saying. I will say though, whatever you choose, you better jump on it before that tariff crap take hold. Because that same watch and I hope, you know what? I don't know how they're gonna do that. I will hope that the existing watches, the watches that these companies already paid for, the movements they already paid for, and even if they're not assembled, I hope they're not going to charge extra for those watches, because that's not a part of your new stock or what you got to buy, you know. And after having a discussion with some of the watchmakers there at Minutes and Hours, they're dreading having to buy parts. They're dreading having to do stuff, you know, because they're getting slapped for, like, it's not even their fault. They don't want to transfer that stuff and eat that cost, you know. You can't blame them. You can't blame them. I got up this morning and saw a sea of people. I don't even know. Somebody sent me that video last night or this morning. A sea of people protesting this crap. Skype, the biggest economic downfall ever. You know, people were complaining about their portfolios and stuff like that, man. But you know, when it affects something like this, keeping it pertaining to watches, not talking politics, and I don't want nobody feel comfortable come over here talking politics, and I'm not. Nope, not doing it. Keeping it all watches, man. You know, I had mentioned during an interview Saturday, I wouldn't expect like Wind Up, Intersect, Minutes and Hours, Watches and Wonders. I wouldn't expect those those events to just disappear because of what's going on. But I'm curious to see how many people won't come. I mean, they may still come, but like, you may not see your favorite brand there because it's not going to make financial sense for them to show up. You know, I don't know. That's that right there, because I'm like, dude, I love this stuff, man. And it's not just the watch. It is what the watch represents and how many people it brings together. You guys know my thing, man. Like, it all started with a watch. Y'all know that. I've been saying that for years. And it don't matter your religion, your creed, color, all that stuff, man. Everything gets put in a box, right? For example, I went up to Paisley Park up in Minnesota, and for those that don't know, that is Prince Studios, right? Like his building, his land. You go in there and you get to look at Prince from the start to the end. But there's a segment where their security comes and they take your phone and put it inside of a secure thing where you cannot touch it, you can't film, you can't do anything. And this is what, man, I don't know, man. I'm gonna just say this, man. This is a very concerning situation, you know. And I just hope that this isn't going to affect the watch world, because I mean, at the end of the day, your favorite watch, let's say Squale, right? Your Squale 1521, which I consider to be one of the best models that they make. 1521, I think is currently selling for like $1,000. But just imagine if that same watch with the 2824s in its leader. I think it's at a either or. That watch goes from $1,000 or $1,100 to like $1,750 or $1,900. Would you still buy that watch? Or just imagine, let me pick one. Zellos. Imagine Zellos. Zellos' claim to fame is giving you more for a lesser price than normal. You still gonna pay, paying a premium, I guess, but imagine a watch that goes from, like, this watch $500 when I got it. This watch goes up to $950. Same model, same, setup, and that's because of, tariffs. Imagine if Aragon, people that like Aragon, these watches, you can get into an Aragon for as low as $89. NH35, and he's building this watch, premium quality. He has his own design language, but imagine an $89 watch going up to $350 or $325. I think there'll still be people that support because that's what they do. People support, but I just can't see. I just can't see it, man. I don't think it's sustainable. The tariffs is only 10% for UK, so I'm sticking with fair and UK brands. Okay, Trap is crazy. The stock market is dropping, but it's also a discount for the small investors. Okay, fear usually push most people away, even if it's a tornado warning. I'm not moving. Oh man. Hey, bro. Listen. The other day, what day was that? That was I don't have the pictures for it, man. My brother-in-law showed me this yesterday, bro. Tornado touchdown. It was a category 2. It touched down in multiple places here. So where I live at, just 3 miles north of where I'm at, a tornado touched down and just start tearing up stuff, right? So I'm getting phone, like I'm talking to people and they like, yo, bro, where you at? I said, man, I'm sitting in one spot. I ain't going nowhere. He was like, bro, man, up, man, my house is doing this, blah, blah, blah. I was like, hey, bro, I'm feeling it. I'm talking about the energy from the tornado that was 3 miles from me. It was shaking my house so hard. I was sitting there like, dang. If this thing hit, man, like I had my boys say, hey, y'all, look, y'all sit over here. I had the mattress ready to throw over them in the tub type deal. But then I heard the story where this lady did the same thing. She jumped in her tub and it ripped the roof off and pulled her and the tub up out the house. She said the only thing that saved her was the mattress. She said if she wouldn't have had that mattress, it'd have, like, you know what I mean? But so my brother-in-law's house is crazy. So just imagine his house is sitting right here. I mean, right across the street, directly across the street. 4 or 5 houses, that tornado just ripped the whole back end of the house out. And then he just it went between the other ones and just ripped up the roofs, everything gone. I said, my brother-in-law's house didn't touch it. They said you can see where it hit, it came down and was coming to the house and then turned. I said, boy, you talking about being blessed? Oh, yo, hey, bro, hey, hunker down. Yeah, don't move, bro. Just, man, I'm gonna hurt a lot of needless pain. Oh, hold up, brother, hold up. Oh, yeah. You say it's going to hurt a lot. Yeah. This is going to affect, and we're talking watches, but like you think about like iPhones, people that's like PlayStations and all that other stuff that we use on a regular basis, man. I've been listening to economists, man, and it's like economists are scratching their head. No, they not scratching their heads. These people are furious, and I'm like, man, this is like being on a roller coaster with no restraints, bro. It's like, what the heck? It's like, bro, I'm like, and it's nothing you can do. Nothing to do, man. We're 1,000 feet off the earth, man, about to get dropped down in this tariff roller coaster ride, man. I pray for the best for the people, but I just think this is going to be disastrous, and of course there's a percentage of people that this isn't going to affect because they're cushioned, they like sacrifice everybody else. It's almost like if I'm going to use an analogy, not saying this because we did something wrong, but just think about this: when in the biblical terms, Noah gets on the ship, takes his family and 2 of each animal, get on the ship, while everybody else on the earth is going to drown. That's what this feels like. It's like, hey, you guys built your own ark and you're shielding yourself from and you caused all the stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're causing everybody else has to suffer, but something that you caused. And I'm like, man, I don't care how you cut it, how you look at it, man. And again, I can say that without jumping off into the politics. And I know people get in their feelings, they get personal because you pick and choose, you stand with sides. And I was like, I don't care about any of your personal feelings. I'm gonna be honest, I don't care about your personal feelings. I just don't. And you know, I'm still not gonna discuss your political stuff because that causes arguments and fights and needless conversation. But I just know that people are about to suffer. And I hear this, man, well, you know, hey, bro, look, at the end of the day, and I'm taking this off watches right now. I'm just talking about living life. What's the quality of life going to be behind this? What was the purpose? We'll see. We'll see. We're too hooked on buying. I know we're conditioned, man. We're conditioned. We are so conditioned. And hey, look, and I'm guilty of it. I'm a consumer, man. Oh my gosh, I like stuff. I like stuff, my hats, man. I don't buy as many shoes as I definitely don't buy shoes as much as I used to because watches, man. Watches got to take it. I was buying shoes. If I do buy a pair of shoes now, man, I'm gonna tell you a pair. Gosh, they some skateboarder shoes. Why can't I think of the name of these darn shoes? Got the little bar. Vans. Thank you. See, you came in the clutch.
Sorry, I was trying to listen, but
No, you good. Hey, listen, you're part of you're off camera, but you're part of the team. Anytime I come in here, you're staff. You don't just work for Cafe Audrey's. You remember my team. Trap, I know we don't talk politics, but I know, bro, like how can you, I mean, here's the deal. Because Jay, the one thing that I don't want people feel comfortable with is spewing their hate, spewing their perspective, because it always, like, look, it's offensive. You know, there was a question asked about, you know, why didn't a particular person mention this soldier, or I think some soldiers died over the weekend or over the past, no, was it 4 days ago? It's a good question. But I have my opinions on the matter, because I know what's been said coming out of that cabinet about veterans. And y'all know I'm a veteran. It affects. I know some veterans that have been affected by some of the things that have been done, the changes. So, yeah. And that's why I don't want to talk politics with anybody. But I am talking about the issues that we have. We're all facing this, man. We're all facing this. What's good, Trap? I'm heading back from Watches and Wonders, man. How you like it, man? I've been seeing a lot of coverage, man. A lot of people have been talking. So, how many tutors did you buy, Patel? How many tutors did you buy, bro? I know you bought some tutors. You got tutors. You got tutors. Did you get the 43 millimeter tutor? Yeah, you got it. I don't know. Or did you buy IWC? Did you get IWC? What you think? I love to know what you thought of it, man. I would like to go to Watches and Wonders. I think it'd be amazing. But man, I have to stop buying watches and shoes. Hey Jerry, we've been saying that for 10 years. And I ain't even known you 10 years. Oh my gosh. Hey bro, listen. You saying you gotta stop buying watches. Good luck. Good luck. Hey y'all, so yeah, that's my time. Actually, I'm about to dip out of here because I got places to be. I gotta dip up out of this thing, man. I appreciate you guys being a part of the channel, the show. I appreciate you guys being members, subscribers, commenters, supporters of what we do here, man. It's been an amazing ride, and it's going to keep going. This video or this live isn't sponsored by Giant Mouse, but Giant Mouse blessed me with a compass yesterday on the way out, and or Saturday on the way out, and that meant a lot to me. That meant a lot to me. You know, I walked past the booth, and they was like, "Hey," I was just doing my goodbyes, and they blessed me with this, man. Like, this is amazing stuff, right? They crafted that, right, and they gave me this, right, and yeah, I'll be forever grateful for the things that I've experienced with you guys, man. Thelonious Monk, blessed. Oh, speaking of which, we're going to start running that campaign because we're getting closer to the 5,000 watch mark, right? And for those that subscribe, that each subscriber pushes us to a giveaway, right? Each subscriber. So somebody will win not just the watch that was given by Thelonious, he blessed me with a watch, but there's other watches that will come with that. Because I want to give, and y'all know I'm gonna always give back to y'all all the time. You guys have supported me so much and I appreciate it. So yeah, and wind up Chicago. Wind up Chicago. Hopefully, if we are at the point in time, if we are at the 5,000 mark, I would love to give a winner. I would love to give at least 5 people gifts for us hitting that 5,000. So 5,000 subscribers, 5,000, 5,000, 5 pieces. I can't give out 5,000 anything, not even pennies. Well, I can give you 5,000 straws from Cafe Audrey. If they give me, they have to give me a couple boxes from Cafe Audrey. Oh, so now she ignoring me now. She ignored me. She's like, nope. It's 5:49 here. Either y'all are on the East Coast. I'm on the East Coast. I'm on the East Coast. Yup. Midwest. Yeah, Midwest area. You got some houses. Let's go. Oh man. Okay, all right, y'all. That's my time. Been on for an hour. Thank you guys for watching, man. I appreciate you, man, and I will catch you guys tomorrow. We be at Jake's place out there in Trifecta, man. Hope to see you guys there. We'll probably, go live around noon-ish, somewhere around there. I'll drop the thumbnail later on today. So thank you guys for watching. Until the next lightning strike, y'all be blessed. Salute. Appreciate y'all.